ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, sir. Yes, teacher. Present, ma'am.
Hello children, welcome back to the English class of 8th standard second session. Hope all of you have completed the given assignments and submitted to your teachers. And now today we are here to continue the lesson that you have read in the last class, that is a day in ashram, in the second session. So before starting the class, now it is song time for us. What are you expecting with the song in the beginning? There is something very new for you, and that is a little penguin. Shall we sing with the penguin that what he is singing? I am a little penguin in the snow. I slide on my tummy to and fro. I am a little penguin in the snow, I slide on my tummy to and fro. I eat the fish from the deep blue sea. I am black and white as you can see. I eat the fish from the deep blue sea. I am black and white as you can see. I am a little penguin. Did all of you enjoy the song? Of course it was cute, right? The penguin was very cute. So after that, let us slowly move on to the lesson part. We shall just remind and recall what we have read in the last class. Okay? We read in the lesson that Gurudeva Ravindranath Tagore ji established ashram, that is Shantiniketan. Mornings in Shantiniketan was very pleasant since the choristers used to sing a choir hymn in the morning to wake up the whole premise. Now, after the choristers' song, children, the boys of ashram used to take their own asan and sit in their respective places in solitude and used to meditate for a while before their classes. So now, how were the classes used to be? The classes in ashram are not inside the classroom but outside, and that too mainly based on the conversation. Teachers and students used to converse with each other, that is discuss with each other to know things more and better. And coming to the exercise part, we have learnt affixes, prefix and suffix with example. Articles, we have learnt articles, definite and indefinite articles. As already you know, the definite article is the and indefinite article is a or an. So this is what is mainly, chiefly that we have learnt in the last class. So now this is practice reading time for us. Let us practice lesson reading, the remaining part of the lesson, the second part of the lesson, that is from the page number 3. When the morning work is over, the boys bathe and go to their meal. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the classes begin again. But at this time, the work is chiefly with the hands as well as with the mind. Handiwork is practiced, and the boys' own natural tastes are very soon discovered. Some prefer carpentry, others prefer mechanical work, others enjoy spinning and weaving, others become skilled draftsmen or painters, others are musicians. There is very little book work in the afternoon. School is over at about 4 o'clock, and then there is a rush to get first into the great open fields for football. Our Shantiniketan boys are famous everywhere for their sports and games. In the evening, at sunset, they return from the fields and sit down once more for a short time to meditate in silence. As night comes, fairy tales are told, short dramas are recited, our Gurudeva songs are sung, and different school gatherings are held. By 9 o'clock, all are glad to retire to rest, and again the choristers go round the ashram singing their last evening hymn. There can be no question as to the happiness of the life of our boys. Their faces tell the story of their joy and their freedom. There is no freer life in India than the life of our children at Shantiniketan. Children, there are some new words that you have come across while reading the lesson, isn't it? We haven't come across these words in the previous part of the lesson. So, some of those words are listed here below, and the meaning of those words are explained to you with an example, so that for your better learning can happen. Meal is the word that we had come across in the second part, which means food of a particular time. So, here is a sentence for you that how to use the word meal. We have finished our meal just now. So, we here are not mentioning the time of the food that we have consumed, but we collectively call it as meal. Handiwork, skill based activity majorly by hands. What do we call it as? Karakushalate. Handiwork is based on mainly hand and mind. So, the example sentence is pottery is a very good example of handiwork. Pottery is nothing but this, as the picture shows you. So, this is an example of handiwork. Coming to the next word, can you just think that what this man is doing actually? No idea. He is rushing. So, rushing is nothing but a sudden quick movement. Oduvudu. So, Rohan was rushing to catch the bus. So, you can see now Rohan is rushing towards his bus. Recite, sing a poem or a story from memory. So, reciting is quoting from your memory either a poem or a story or an excerpt. So, example of this is Raksha recites hymns melodiously. So, a girl like Raksha may be reciting from her memory the hymns. Comes the next word is draftsman, a designer or one who prepares plans, a man who plans and designs. So, this is how you can use the word. A skilled draftsman never makes mistakes. One who is really skillful will never make mistakes while doing drafts. So, look at the pic and think what could be the next word. Yeah, glad. Glad is nothing but being happy. So, you can put this word across in a sentence like this. Ritesh was glad to meet his cousins on Saturday evening. Wow, we have now learnt all possible new words in the lesson. We shall now pass on to the second part of the lesson, having a quick look at the main points that it exhibits. It starts from the 5th paragraph in your textbook, page number 3. Handiwork is practiced in afternoon classes. How would be the afternoon classes in ashram? In the first part, we read that the mornings in ashram are how blissful and pleasant. Now, coming to the second part, where the class starts by 2 o'clock. After the meal that the boys have, they start with the second part of the class, where it mainly concentrates on handiwork. The mind and hands of boys are chiefly employed into creating their dreams to come true. So, some of such handiworks are carpentry, mechanical works, spinning, weaving and painting. And of course, there were musicians too who liked musical art and practiced in the afternoon. Children, you must be thinking that what could be these words that were listed in the before paragraph. we shall see the meanings, we shall see what are the skills that they majorly practice. Carpentry is nothing but maragelasa. Mechanical work, yantrika kelasagalu, that is mainly based on machines, working with machines. Spinning, ಹೊಸೆಯುವುದು, ಹೆಣೆಯುವುದು. Weaving, ನೇಯುವುದು, the one which was spun is woven into the cloth, that is weaving. Painting, as you know, painting is ಚಿತ್ರ ಬಿಡಿಸುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ಬಣ್ಣಗಳನ್ನು ಹಚ್ಚುವುದು. Musicians, as all of us know already that musicians are ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರು who loves music. So, the next thing after practicing this is school ends at 4 o'clock in the evening. Evenings are dedicated for sports activities. As you know, Shantiniketan boys are famous for sports. After the skill based classes, children practice sports, mainly football. Shantiniketan boys are famous for sports when they go play out. So, they practice sports after their skill based classes. Coming to the evenings of Shantiniketan, you would be wondering that how would be the evenings in the ashram, that are wonderful to say that at sunset they meditate, listen to the stories, stage the plays before they go to their bed. At sunset time, at dusk, what do? They meditate once again. They go for yoga once again, listen to the stories, fairy tales are told to them, they will listen to that and stage the plays. They stage dramas, and before they go to bed, they sing the songs of Gurudeva. You know that Rabindranath Tagore ji is famous for his poems and songs that he had written. So, children in ashram sing his songs before they go to bed, they enjoy and then they continue. So, what next? How would be their nights? The gather disperses at 9 o'clock in the night. At 9, they all disperse to go back to their places, and that is the end of the day in ashram. Actually, their faces show the blissful active life. The author of the lesson says that there is nothing much to explain about the happiness of the boys in ashram, but their faces which are very happy. Do you remember the word that we came across in the new word section, that is glad, happy. So, their faces show off blissful active life every day, that how happy they are. It needs not to be told that they are happy, their faces will express that how happy their days are in ashram. So, the choir singing once again to mention the end of a happy day. So, the last thing that happens in ashram in a day is choir singing. Again, the group of choristers go singing around ashram to declare that it is end of the day, so they can rest for the night. So, this is how the afternoon classes or the afternoons in ashram is spent. So, this is all about the lesson in the second session too. So, to sum up the whole lesson right from the first session to the second session, end of the second session, the lesson says that how one day is spent in ashram. It is explained to you that right from the beginning of the day, that is early in the morning, that how boys of ashram do raise and till they go to bed in the evening. This is in detail explained to you in lesson, and I would say that after the completion of second session, you please go through the lesson right from the first part of it, from the first page. So, we have now come to check our understanding of the lesson, kids. So, how better we have understood the lesson so far? So, now the questions are majorly in the second session of the lesson, today's class itself. So, that I hope you can answer. Look at the first question. It says, what time in the afternoon does the class start? So you all know that when does the class in the afternoon starts? Yes, you are right. Class starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon after the meal. Once the boys complete meal at 2 o'clock, then on their classes do start. So the second question is, what kind of work do boys practice in the afternoon? You know very well that what kind of work do they practice in the afternoon already. So, shall we check your answers now? Yes, you are right. Handiwork is practiced chiefly in the afternoon. So, now comes the third question for you. How do the boys spend their evenings before they go to bed? We know how would be the evening spent, and after the evenings before they go to bed, what is their activity? Yeah, hopefully all of you are right saying the boys meditate in the evening and enjoy listening to fairy tales, dramas are recited and Gurudeva's songs are sung. So now we are almost coming to the last question. How can one make out that the boys are happy in Shantiniketan? I hope that all of you remember that expression which would be the answer of this question. Just recall the word. Yeah, you're right. Their faces tell the story of their joy and their freedom. So, now completing the lesson, we are almost there. So, let us see what are antonyms. Antonyms are the words that are opposite in meaning to the one. Antonyms are simply saying the opposite words. So, here are some examples that you can learn them better, and of course, you need to concentrate on this, kids, because you are going to get practice questions based on the same. So, have a look at them. Here comes a picture. Can you just make out that what could be the opposite words that I have chosen for you? Can you just make out what could they be? Yeah, here comes the word and your guesses. Very right. Accept and refuse. Accept and refuse. So, I have given you a sentence too, that how these words can be used in a sentence. Look at this. One cannot choose to accept only good and reject bad things in life. Accepting only good and rejecting bad cannot happen in life. We have to accept both. So, here comes your next word, strong. Yeah. What could be the opposite or antonym of strong? Can you guess? Yeah, guessed it right. Here comes the opposite word, that is weak. So, how can we use this in a sentence? Rahin is strong boy, but Rihan is very weak. So, coming to the next word, remember. So, what is the opposite of this or antonym of remember? Yes, you are right, that is to forget. Remember and forget. Here is a sentence for you. I remember my mom's birthday, but I always forget my dad's. Oh, so sad. We are coming to the next word, that is soft. Soft is something delicate. What could be the opposite of this or the antonym of soft? Any guesses? Yeah, you are right. That is hard. So, how can we use this in a sentence? Here is a sentence for you. My teddy doll is soft, whereas cricket bat is hard. So, now what is the next thing that we are looking at? Children, here is a paragraph for you and hope you can read and enjoy this. Of course, I too read it with you. This is something about Ramu and Akhil. Ramu went to meet his friend Akhil to greet him on his birthday. He had a chit in his pocket which he hid. As he passed through a lonely street, he increased his speed. There was a sick man standing meek to seek a sheet of meat. But Ramu did not sit there, though he could seat himself for a while with the man. Children, can you see some of the words are highlighted here with the color changed? Why is it done? Why are the colors different? And what could it mean? And I want you to write down the words that are in red color in the paragraph, because it has a reason. We are going to learn something out of it. What are we learning? We shall see. Look at this. Here is an activity for you. Here are two pots, as you can see. Here are some words and you can just check with the pronunciation of the word. Let us go with the pronunciation of the words here. Meet, hid, seat, street, chit, sick, greet, spit, sick, meek and sit. Can you make out what is the difference in pronouncing these words? And let us not go with the spelling in this activity. Not going with the spellings, going with the pronunciation, how it is audible to you, how can you hear the word. We can differentiate these words into two categories. One is a short vowel word and the another one is long vowel word. I say meet, the first word, M-E-E-T, is. Any guesses? What kind of word it is? Short vowel or long vowel? Is. Now shall we check that where does it go and sit? Then we can reason out why did the word go there in that pot. So, meet, move. Oh, it came to long vowel, pot. So, long vowel is nothing but where we delayedly pronounce the vowel sound in between the consonants. Meet. So, meet came and sat in the pot of long vowel. Hid came to the pot of short vowel. So, now we can clearly make out the difference between short and long vowel. Long vowel is Dirgha Swara, short vowel is Hrisva Swara, as we say in Kannada. Long vowel takes the double time of short vowel, Hrisva mattu Dirgha. So, next comes the word seat. Is there any guess that where it goes and sits down? We shall try. Oh, it goes to long vowel pot. Next comes the word street, hopefully, and it goes to again long vowel pot. So, here comes another word. Oh, here is another word that is dropping towards the short vowel bowl itself, because it is spit. It takes a shorter while to pronounce. Chit also is coming to the same group. Any guesses of next word? Let us see. Oh, greet came here to the long vowel pot. What could be the next word? Let us see. Sick was about to come here and then it understood that it is a short vowel word. It went to short vowel pot. Here are only two words. Can we just clearly think and decide what kind of words these are? Long vowel words or short vowel words? What about meek? Yes. Shall we check your answer? Yeah, you are right again. It goes to long vowel and the only word remains at the end, that is sit, and obviously it is, of course, it is in short vowel pot. Children, by choosing your own words from the text, I suggest go through the text and pick up such words and practice on your own. So, I have a list of words for you that are clearly listed separately as long vowels and short vowels. First comes the short vowel list and then comes the long vowel list. You must be wondering that what are that are mentioned in red color. They are the phonetic symbols that express long and short vowels. The first one is short vowel symbol, the second one is long vowel symbol. Oh, now we have come to the next exercise part where, can you guess something by the picture? Of course, you are right. We are greeting each other. Children, I really say that you would enjoy this part of activity, as already you know that greeting each other is something that we are learning throughout our classes from 6th standard. So, I hope all of you are very familiar with this, that how to greet each other when you meet for the first time. So, here are some friends who have met for the first time and introducing each other like this. Now, quite a good number. There are 4 friends together, and can we say that who are they? How? These people say that, hi Dev and Diya, meet my friend Sami. Can you make out who is Dev and Diya? Yeah, the boy with the yellow hair is Dev and the girl next to is Diya, and both of them are meeting this guy for the first time. He is introducing Sami. So, what should Dev say? Dev says, hi Sami, how are you? Dev is meeting Sami for the first time and introduced to him by one of his friends. So, Dev says, hi Sami, how are you? And there is Diya. Diya also says, hi friends. Since she see 3 of them starting together, she says, hi friends. Now, this is Sami. She says, hi Dev and Diya, I am fine, how are you doing? Hi Dev and Diya, I am fine, how are you doing? So, she is meeting them for the first time. So, she is responding them. So, you see Dev and Diya here again, and they respond to Sami saying, we are doing good Sami, thank you so much. So, this is how we respond to each other when we meet for the first time. We meet friends for the first time. You know what Tweety is doing here? So, she is Tweety and you have an exercise following this, kids. So, I want you to be prepared to take down the work allotment whatever is being said now and complete it and submit to your teacher. Tweety is here to introduce us to someone very new, and you have to develop a conversation based on Tweety and others. Up Tweety! She keeps flying everywhere and gnawing. Look at this. Who is here with us? That is Minnu and this is Tinnu, who are the friends of our own Tweety. So, Tweety is introducing Minnu and Tinnu to us. Can you develop a conversation between these 3 including you? Aren't they beautiful? Good friends, right? Enjoyed? So, let us move on to the next activity. Children, look at this. This is the first page of your lesson. What is there to practice more? As I have suggested you in the last class, download the Diksha application in your mobile phones, scan the QR code given in the text. You must be wondering what is QR code. Look at this. There is a ring turning around, a symbol on the textbook picture. Can you see that green ring? So, that is called QR code. Scan the QR code and download the activities and exercises, complete them and enjoy doing it after studying the whole lesson again. One more activity for you is with short and long vowels again. Pronounce and segregate. Look at this, kids. You have some words here: lead, kit, clean, tips, read, speed, win, mean, miss and spit. Can you just write down these words and segregate them in two parts as short vowels and long vowels? I have some more questions on the text for you so that you can understand the lesson better. Find the answer from the text, and again what should you do is, as you know, submit to your teacher. That's all. Good kids. So, here is a question. You must think a bit over this and write your answer. We shall meet in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.
ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ.